Hi, I'm Todd Collector 99, and we are here. I'm here with Tommy.
Hello.
And the card of the week this week is indeed not a card. For the first time, it is not a card. It is my Manos helmet that I recently got signed at Pride Night at the Manos game. None other than Ichiro Suzuki. So this is not available. One of my most prized possessions. Really helped my Manos collection as it was struggling before. And so yeah, I got arguably one of the greatest hitters ever and a top 3 Manos all time player to sign it. And he just walked out of the dugout and I wasn't even expecting him to be there. And so we're going back to some MLB rumors like we did last week. The Blue Jays' Eric Sandro is on the Cubs' radar. This could help, but it's also risky. I would prefer we don't do it because he is a middle infielder. And yes, Bryant just went down, but we still have DeCelcio, Rizzo, Baez, Bodie, and we can call up Ian Happ. And I feel like he's not needed, and we should go after more pitching. What do you think, Tommy?
Well, I don't think that they should go after Sogard. I've been hearing about a trade for Whit Merrifield, and I think that would make more sense for the Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs are also in on Whit Merrifield and could possibly even get D. Gordon. And so also, the Phillies have contacted the Indians about Trevor Bauer and are trying to work out a trade. I see this as a great fit for the Phillies as they need more pitching, and Trevor Bauer has the postseason experience, even has some World Series experience from 2016.
Yeah, Trevor Bauer would really help out the Phillies because they've got all the hitting in the world that they could ever need, but they can't, even if they're scoring 10 runs a game and their pitching is giving up 11, then they're still in trouble.
I agree. And then also, injured Yankees outfielder Kevin Mangan has begun a rehab, and he could return for this month. And then also, big hitting Yankees outfielders Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. Judge returned just as Maben went down, and Stanton heading back on the shelf. They have both been very injury prone this season. How do you think the Yankees are doing without them, and do you think they'll make it fall?
If it keeps being this way with Judge and Stanton staying out, then they're not going to make it very far. I think they're doing pretty darn well for what their current situation is, but after that, they're not going to do very well in the postseason because you're going to need a healthy team if you want to go far.
Yeah. And then, White Sox have shifted Nico Hossler from amateur scouting director to special assistant. And that has happened. Ivan Nova, a trade candidate? This has been a season to forget for veteran right-hander Ivan Nova, whom the White Sox acquired from the Pirates last winter. And it wasn't an unreasonable expectation on Chicago's part that Nova would provide its rotation with some much-needed stability. After all, Nova was coming off 3 straight seasons in which he amassed 160-plus frames and recorded an ERA in the low 4s. That type of production would have welcomed for this year's White Sox have gotten very little from the starter. And I can see them trading. Madison Bumgarner seems to be taking. He's been on the market, off the market, on the market, off the market, and I believe he is currently off the market. But if he were to be on the market, who do you think should go out and get Mad Bum?
I mean, pretty much every team needs pitching, but a team like the Mariners would really benefit from that because they're giving up a whole bunch of runs every game. And also people like the Rockies with one of their starting pitchers being 2-8. That's not very good.
The problem with the Mariners is they're not contending for playoffs, and that'd be really dumb of them to get an aging pitcher when they're rebuilding. And That'd be just dumb, and they should try and trade him to a contending team. The Rockies should definitely use him if they want to even have a chance against the Dodgers. Marcus Stroman. He's had a pretty good year. He's been solid almost all of his career. Do you think he's going to be traded? If so, where to?
I think Toronto. I mean, who's he with right now?
He is on Toronto as of right now.
I think Toronto will want to keep him because he's really good for their rotation. So, yeah, you want to keep that stability in the rotation, not try to shake it up at all.
I disagree. I think they are going to trade Marcus Stroman to a contender to get young pieces to build around Vlad. And they're not trying to win now. They don't need him. He won't fit. By the time they're going to compete with Vlad and other rookies, he's going to be old and not very good. So I think they're going to trade him to a team like the Cubs. Now the Yankees have some interest in Mike Minor. Who do you think they should give up to get him?
Let's see, starting pitcher, right, for the Rangers?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe that they should give up maybe somebody who has been performing decently well for them, but isn't producing enough for them to give them something to add to their contention, to add to any hopes for them to contend. So somebody like an Andujar who's still young, and it'll give the Yankees some pitching, which they have Sabathia, who has been doing okay this season, and people like Tanaka, who have been doing again decent, nothing too spectacular. Somebody like Mike Minor, who has been doing really well, would be very beneficial.
So the Brewers placed Julius Chainson on the IL, and the Cubs have sent down Addison Russell and gotten Wilson Contreras back off the IL. And I think Bryant's going to be going back on the IL as he left today's game. I think a right shoulder, right knee soreness. So hold me on it. The Rangers are likely to place Joey Gallo on the IL. Gary Sanchez is going on the IL. A lot of injuries lately. And so, Tommy, who do you think is going to win the MVPs? I think AL, Mike Trout. NL, Cody Bellinger. Who do you think?
AL, it's going to be Trout as it always has been. But for NL, I'm going with Bellinger too. Yeah.
So you're agreeing with my picks. Who do you think is going to be Rookie of the Year? For AL, I want to say Vlad, but I feel like he's not been in there for long enough. So I'm going to go with Tatis.
Tatis is on the Padres, is he not?
Oh, yeah. I messed up, my bad. I'm just going to go with Vlad.
Because there really isn't much competition.
And then in the NL, Pete Alonso. Jeff McNeil could make a comeback, but I feel like Pete's got that lapped up.
Yeah, you could make an argument for either Pete Alonso or Fernando Tatis. So I guess it's just your choice at that point. They've both been performing really well. So you just try to look for individual stats and then try to compare them one by one.
I feel like if we take Pete Alonso out of the picture, Tatis would still fall short to Jeff McNeil. I feel like it's going to go Alonso, McNeil, Tatis. Then, who do you think is going to win the World Series? Now, who's going to make the World Series and who do you think is going to win? In the AL, I think the Yankees are going to make it there. And then in the NL, the Dodgers, but I could see if the Cubs get some pitching, I could see them contending. I'm going to go with Cubs because I'm a Cubs fan, and I can't bring myself to say any other team. But I have an NL team winning. It's either good. whoever makes it in the NL is gonna win, and I guarantee that the NL is gonna win the World Series this year.
Okay, now my AL pick is gonna throw everybody off, but hear me out. I'm picking the Rays because the Rays have just been going off and are currently leading their division as far as I know, and for them that's a big accomplishment. And I think in the NL I'm giving it to the Dodgers. They've been having another really good season. But my runner-up for the AL would definitely be the Minnesota Twins. They have been doing really well.
And then the final thing we will be doing today on the podcast will be Cy Young. Who do you think it's going to be?
I think that it's going to be really tough because there's been a lot of really good pitching this year. But honestly, Zach Greinke has been just going off. But I don't know for the AL who deserves it the most.
AL, I'm going with Marco. He's had some rough times, but I feel like he's been very dominant. And then NL, I see Jacob DeGrom repeating. He hasn't had an amazing season, but he's been great, and I just see him winning it. So that will be all for tonight's podcast, but I do have one announcement, is instead of doing the podcast next Thursday, I'm going to move it to Monday for the trade deadline, so I'm right on time for that. So remember, instead of Thursday, it will be Monday.
One other thing, comment down below who do you think is going to win MVP for the NL, Yelly or Belly.
Yes, we will see you next time. Bye.